Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Tutor Hustle for Teachers podcast, episode 2. I am your host, Micheal Duramshi. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am a tutor and a tutor coach, and you can find me at tutorhustleforteachers.com, or you can join me on our Tutor Hustle for Teachers Facebook group. It is a free Facebook group for teachers who tutor or tutors who tutor. Anyone who tutors can join. And we talk about how to start and grow your tutoring side hustle, or maybe it is your full-time job. That is what Tutor Hustle for Teachers is all about. And today in episode 2, we are going to be talking about summer tutoring because it is beautiful and sunny outside. It is summer. And what do tutors do in the summer? Well, I'm going to start by giving you a few ideas of what you can do. I'm going to tell you what I am planning to do. And then I'm going to share a few resources for you that are going to be really great for summer tutoring. Then I'm going to share with you a special event that we have here in June at Tutor Hustle for Teachers. And then I'm going to share with you a very important final thought about summer tutoring. So let's get started by giving you a few ideas for summer tutoring. Okay, here's a few ideas for you. And some of these ideas I have actually borrowed from OutSchool. Dun, dun, dun. Yes, OutSchool, the online teaching platform, because OutSchool is really got a lot of good information about online tutoring. So even if you don't teach with OutSchool, you can definitely check out their website and see what they're up to. And I find that I get a lot of inspiration from there and a lot of information from there as well. So OutSchool is kind of a really great resource for online tutors and even in-person tutors to get some inspiration. Even if you don't teach with OutSchool, that's okay. Use their website as a resource to learn. And here are some ideas I have for you. So if you are an online tutor, you can do online camps. And online camps would run every day of the week. So from Monday to Friday or Monday to Thursday, every single day at the same time, you would meet with your group of campers and work on a specific skill. So this is a group, I'm talking about a group class here, okay? Sometimes I'm going to be talking about one-to-one, and sometimes I'm going to be talking about a group. But to tell you the truth, for most of these ideas, I'm going to be talking about groups. And don't worry, if you haven't done group tutoring before, I'm going to give you a resource here in a minute. And group tutoring is lots of fun. I tutor groups myself. That's actually how I got started in my business. And I assure you, it is very fun, very, very rewarding, and it's a great way to tutor. So you can do an online camp with a little group of kids, like, 3 to 5 kids, depending on the age that you tutor and what you're tutoring. And you can focus on one specific academic skill, like let's say multiplication, if you're a math tutor, or maybe writing, if you're a language tutor, or reading. Reading is kind of tough with groups. You have to make sure that everyone is sort of at the same reading level. So that's one to just watch out for. It works really well with really young kids that are all going to be early readers. But as you get up in age, you have to just make sure everyone is sort of at the same reading level. If you're working on like phonics and that type of thing. But if you're working on a novel study and more vocabulary and comprehension, then you don't have to worry about it so much. As long as everybody can read the novel that you're working on, that could work for an online camp. So there you go, writing, math skills, specific math skills, book clubs or novel studies. These are all great ideas for online camps. And you would plan your curriculum for 1 week. You would meet at the same time every day of that week for a certain amount of time, however long you meet for, whether it's an hour, half an hour, you set the time because you're the boss, right? And you do that every day for a week, and the child will really work on that skill intensively for that week. And by the end of the week, they'll see a huge improvement in that skill. The parents are going to be so impressed. Oh my goodness, wow, that's so great. And then you move on to the next group of students that you're going to work with for the next week. So the benefits of that is it's a great way to introduce yourself to new students and new families who may then want to move on to one-to-one tutoring with you or move into one of your more regular group classes. The downside of it is that you really have to hustle to get enough students to fill all your camps. Like if you're doing more than 1 week, you're going to have to really hustle to get enough students to fill all those camps. So that is just one idea for you if you want to give that a try. And you can also try, if you're an in-person tutor, you could try in-person camps. And I have to tell you that I know for myself, because I tutor younger kids, if I did an in-person camp, it would be booked up so fast because people would just love that. But the reason I don't do it is because of the logistics behind it. And this is the downside. So the upside of an in-person camp is that it would probably be super, super popular because parents are looking for something for their kids to do over the summer. They're looking for some childcare during the summer, and an in-person camp would provide both of those activities, like childcare and high quality activities for kids to do over the summer. And we get them, out of the house and doing something. And I'm sure parents would love that very much. However, the downside of an in-person camp is the logistics. Okay, where are you going to hold the camp? How many hours can you provide of care for the kids who are in your camp? What are they going to eat? Are you going to have to hire staff? And you know what, if your camp is even a half-day camp and you're there from like 8 a.m. until even, let's say, 12 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you're probably going to have to hire someone to help you because that's going to be like super, super intense. Those hours would be super, super intense. And you wouldn't be able to care for that many kids on your own, right? So you'd need to hire someone to help you. So then you have to hire someone. So there's a lot of logistics involved with an in-person camp. However, if you're up for it, it could be very profitable and it could be very, very popular. And again, it's a great way for students and families to be introduced to you and your program so that they would want to continue with you for the rest of the school year in one-to-one tutoring or a regular group. So that's the upside and the downside of an in-person camp. Another idea, and this idea I got from Micheal Gibben's Summer Income Choices for Tutors, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. Another idea is a booster camp or a booster class that you hold at the end of the summer. And you do that for like 1 week straight or even 3 days straight, but you do it for some consecutive days so that students can meet with you at the same time every day at the end of the summer. So after all their traveling is done, after all the summer fun is done, and they can just really get that boost at the end of the summer to get back all of the skills that they may have lost over the summer so that they're ready for the first day of school. So that's what a booster camp is all about. So you could be working on, like, let's say you have a group of grade 1s going into grade 2. You can make your booster camp all about get ready for grade 2 math, and you can focus on different aspects of the math curriculum, or get ready for grade 2 reading, and you can focus on different aspects of the reading curriculum or the writing curriculum or anything like that, or get ready for grade 2 science. You can focus on STEM or STEAM. You can combine different curriculum subjects in a booster camp, and you can do it however you want, but it's a great way to get kids ready for the next grade. So that's what a booster camp is all about. And then the other thing you can do, and this is kind of easy, is you can just do on-call tutoring. So you may have like the students that you work with all year long, maybe traveling over the summer. They're here for part of the summer, they're away for part of the summer, they're coming and going, but they still want tutoring and they still want to keep their skills up. So you can be sort of like a tutor on call. And that's what I plan to do over the summer for the most part, because I have students coming and going and they still want tutoring, but their plans are like up in the air. They're traveling this week, they're home that week, they don't know where they're going to be, and it's hard for them to commit right now to any certain program. So part of my summer tutoring is just going to be on-call tutoring. When you're around here in the city and you're available for tutoring, whether it be online, or I am going to do a little bit of in-person tutoring this summer as well, give me a call and we'll meet up and we'll do as much tutoring as we can over the summer when the kids are available. So I'm going to leave myself on call for a lot of my students who are traveling. And the other thing I'm going to do is continue with my Readers Club class, which is a regular class that meets once a week. I'm hoping to expand that class and add a new class. I have 2 classes right now. I'm hoping to add another one, maybe even another 2. That would be pretty awesome. And we're just going to meet at the same time each week. And the cost of that class is pretty low for parents. So, if they miss a week because they're traveling, it's not a big deal. They're still going to get the resources we covered that week. And so the kids can still learn on their own at home. So it's all good. So I'm going to plan on doing that. And I'm going to plan on being on call. And I'm going to plan on doing a little bit of in-person tutoring this summer. Sometimes I do in-person tutoring, sometimes I don't. But I have a wonderful space to tutor out of called the Teaching Space here in Toronto in the East End. So I really want to use that space this summer. I have a student that's been asking me for in-person tutoring one-to-one for a long time. So I'm going to see her in person one-to-one at the Teaching Space. And I also would love to get an in-person group class going at the Teaching Space as well. So we'll see how that goes. I can report back at the end of the summer. But those are my summer plans. And it is May 31st when I'm recording this right now, May 31st. So it's not quite June. That's going to be June soon. And I'm going to be honest with you, I haven't even advertised my summer programs. Oh, I know that's so crazy because I know a lot of tutors were starting in February to get ready for summer, which is really good and really prepared of you. But because of the nature of the kids that I work with and the families I work with, because they're so busy and it's really hard for them to commit to a certain time, especially during the summer when their schedule is all out of whack. I haven't advertised. I'm going to start advertising the first week of June, and hopefully I'll get my students then. I know it's waiting to the last minute, but that's just what works best for my families because they are so busy and I want to respect their schedules and their time. So you have to do what's best for the people you work with, right? You have to do what's best for you, of course, but you also have to think about the people you work with and what's going to work for them. So I'm going to start advertising in June, and school lets out here at the end of June. So let's see how that goes with that last minute advertising. I can definitely give you a follow-up on that if you are interested in a future podcast. But now I'm going to tell you about some resources that will help you with summer tutoring. So there is Micheal Gibben's Summer Income Choices for Tutors. I'm not an affiliate of this program. I talk about it a lot. It's because I have his program and I love it. It's like nobody else has made anything like this ever before, it seems. This is something totally new and something that tutors really need in the summer. Like, we need to know, what do we do? How do we structure a program? How do we meet the needs of our students? Summer is such a different time than during the school year. Like, how do you adjust to it? And his program, the Summer Income Choices for Tutors, is so good because it gives you so many great ideas. And it's just, I can't say enough about it. It's just, you have to get it. And it's not even expensive. I think it's like $20 Canadian. So I'm going to post a link to it in the description box of this podcast, and you can go check it out for yourself. But I highly recommend it. Micheal Gibben, Summer Income Choices for Tutors. And if you're interested in doing group tutoring this summer, and I highly recommend that you do, because there's just so much opportunity for group tutoring. There's opportunity for group tutoring all year long, but in the summer, it's especially popular. There's going to be especially people who want to work in groups because they want their kids to have that social aspect of it. You can also charge less for group tutoring without making less money yourself, which is really cool. And I'm going to talk about that in another episode. So if you're interested in doing group tutoring, I have a course for you. It is the Group Tutoring Bootcamp. And if you use the coupon code Bootcamp50, so BOOTCAMP50, if you use that coupon code, you will get the course for 50% off, which is a really good price because it is only $70 Canadian without the coupon code. So it's like $35 Canadian for that course. So that's really good. And that's going to give you a really good baseline knowledge of how to go about tutoring groups. If you have no idea how to tutor groups, that is the place to start for sure. So go to the tutorhustleforteachers.com website, go to the store, tutorhustleforteachers.com/store, look for the group tutoring bootcamp and use your code Bootcamp50 to get 50% off that course and learn how to tutor groups this summer. Now, I have a special event for you in June at Tutor Hustle for Teachers. It is a mini coaching session. If you want to get some coaching for your business, you want to, bounce some ideas off someone like me. I'm your tutor coach. I'm your Tutor Hustle coach. If you want to bounce some ideas off me, you want to pick my brain about Facebook advertising or group tutoring or summer tutoring or anything you want, I'm happy to meet with you for a mini coaching session, which is 30 minutes. And in the month of June, I'm going to be offering 35% off the mini coaching sessions. So go to tutorhustleforteachers.com/store, look for that mini coaching session and use the code coaching35. I'll put it in the description box to get 35% off your mini coaching session in the month of June. Because sometimes you want coaching, but you don't want to invest like a big ton of money in a great big coaching package and all this stuff. You just want to like bounce some ideas off someone or pick someone's brain just really quickly. And that's what the mini coaching session is all about. So try it out in June, 35% off, coaching 35. That's the coupon code. And my final thought for you about summer tutoring is this. You definitely want to prioritize your time first. You don't have to say yes to every single student or every single group opportunity. You want to prioritize your time. And this is especially true if you are a classroom teacher and summer is your time off. I know a lot of teachers get scared. They're like, oh my gosh, I have to make some money in the summer. And they think they have to hustle, hustle, hustle. But don't forget, teaching is a really, really, really hard job. It takes a lot out of you. It's really hard on your health. It's hard on your mind. It's hard on your spirit. And you need time to recover. So if you want to tutor over the summer, I think that's great and wonderful. But please don't overdo it. Prioritize your health and prioritize your time this summer and prioritize your enjoyment of the summer months. That should be your first priority. And then if you're going to tutor this summer, work your schedule around that. Work it around you and your health and your enjoyment of the summer and your time with your family, because summertime is for you to have a break and enjoy, right? So work your tutoring schedule around that and put yourself and your time first. That is my final thought about summer tutoring. Thank you so much for listening to episode 2. I hope you really enjoyed it. And if you have any suggestions for a podcast episode or a YouTube episode on my YouTube channel, Tutor Hustle for Teachers, please let me know. I'd love to make an episode for you about something you'd like to learn more about. And I can't wait to see you in episode 3. Happy tutoring, everyone, and may all your tutoring dreams come true. Bye.